Good evening and welcome to Broadcast Avalance, the topical panel show for depressed, neurodivergent, queer leftists and anyone who has ever fancied a depressed, neurodivergent, queer leftist. I am your host, Jonny Collins. I have a dark brown mullet that'd make me look really cool about half a century ago, and that is the only part of not only my appearance but also my personality of note. In the news this month, the UK hosts the world's first international summit dedicated to safely managing artificial intelligence technology, and with appearances from Rishi Sunak, Elon Musk, and Nick Clegg, artificial may have been the only intelligence actually at the summit. A co-founder of Extinction Rebellion has been convicted of causing £27,000 in damages to the Department of Transport, or in 2023 prices, 2 singles from London to Edinburgh's worth of damages. NHS waiting lists have hit record highs with over 7.7 million people waiting for treatment in England alone. Rishi Sunak says this is outrageous and has pledged to hit 8 million before the year is up. Suella Braverman has caused controversy by suggesting that homelessness is a lifestyle choice. But of course, being a race traitor Tory fascist who makes Priti Patel look like Clement Attlee is a purely biological inevitability, eh, Suella? Speaking of Suella, after inciting far-right violence at a war memorial on Armistice Day, Suella Braverman was sacked as Home Secretary, and in a surprise move, David Cameron was appointed as Foreign Secretary, which, like if you're going to be bringing back irrelevant relics from 2015 to the front benches, why not make it interesting and get, like, Meghan Trainor to be a Chancellor? Go nuts, like, make Amy Schumer Culture Secretary, go on. Insert a third 2015 celebrity I couldn't think of here, Mayor of Cardiff, I don't know. Rule of three. bamboozled me again. Shadow Chancellor Rachel Reeves has described protests targeting MPs over the Gaza conflict as crossing the line, and I agree. Protesting at the offices of MPs is far too extreme. What they should do instead is cut off the power lines and water supplies of their homes instead. That's a much more humanitarian method. More than 50 Labour MPs have voted against the Labour leadership to call for an immediate ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war. Like, most leaders wait until they're Prime Minister before alienating their party and voters by advocating for war crimes, but I guess he just couldn't wait that long. War crimes for life, not just for Christmas, Keir. Kirsty, you'll laugh for such a mood then, thank you. The COVID-19 inquiries revealed that Boris Johnson struggled to grasp scientific concepts of the pandemic and coronavirus, and apparently said the phrase, "We are too shit to get our act together," which might be the first time Boris Johnson has ever been right about anything in his life. You know, they say even a stop clock is right twice a day, but that's assuming that it's an analog 12-hour clock. Boris Johnson is more like a sundial in a dark room with irrelevant emojis instead of numbers. Like, sure, you can shine a torch in it, but it won't tell you any coherent information. And even if you do translate an answer out of that, the chances of it being right or useful are so slim, you'd be wasting your own time. And honestly, why is he even still here? Who designed this dark room? Who even still uses dark rooms? What is this simile? Plans to redefine extremism in the UK would include anyone underwhelming UK values. I've personally lived in the UK all my life, and I can think of nothing more sincerely British than undermining our own values. So ironically, the Tories have now gone so far right that they've made being British illegal. Stuart Lee's taxi driver was right all along. And finally, the British government's plan to deport refugees to Rwanda is deemed unlawful by the Supreme Court, like everything else that makes Suella Braverman come. But I'll tell you who isn't in reach of international law or one of Suella Braverman's kinks. This month's team captain. I need to move over to the. There we are.
Hello.
Hang on. There we are. This is team captain.
Hi.
She is the Marilyn Monroe of fucking nerds and the big weld of punching Tories in the face. It's BOBBIE Jones and KIRSTIE Summers.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
And on BOBBIE's team we have Aussie on BOBBIE's team we have Aussie legend and lesbian icon. See if you can guess which is which. KATH MARVELLEY and SAETH Wheeler.
Hello.
And on KIRSTIE's team, we have the Warlock of Whimsy, Ed Roworth, and the fourth in line to the Throne of Darkness, because Aussie just keeps on going, Nathan VIRICA.
Hello.
Hello, welcome everyone. Right, you can tell Sam's not here. There we are. Got everyone up. Good. Welcome. Thanks everyone for coming on the show. Who should we start with? BOBBIE, it's been a while since we've seen you. How are you doing, my friend?
Hello. I'm doing really well. I'm trying not to giggle too much at the minute because I've got a new phone and I was trying to log into my Twitch so I could watch us 20 seconds after because I'm a narcissist. And I can't remember the password, so I've tried to reset my password, and I tried to reset it to pussy, all uppercase 666, and it wouldn't let me because it was a too common password.
Isn't that Nathan's old band?
Yay.
Pussy 666.
Brilliant. Do you want to describe your appearance for the sake of anyone who might need that tonight?
I mean, did you describe me or KIRSTIE as the Marilyn Monroe of nerds?
Yes.
Yes. That's pretty accurate. I would also describe myself as like a live action Miss Piggy. Yeah. In a good way.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, is there any other way to take that? Brilliant. Oh, cool. I didn't ask if you had anything to plug before the show, but I have put your social links in the chat.
Thank you. I don't have much to plug. I haven't been gigging much of late, but I have been writing a play.
Oh, okay.
So I've been doing something. It might be a pile of steaming shit. Who knows? But for the first time in like maybe 8 years. On the 15th of January, I'll be doing my first gig in Birmingham for like the first time in 8 years, and that's Queer as Joke, it's in Digbeth on the 15th of January. So that's exciting.
That is
going
exciting.
back to the motherland to tell
Homecoming, Bobbie Jones Homecoming.
Bobbie Jones Homecoming. It'd be good to perform to an audience of people who can actually understand me, you know, audibly as well as emotionally. Yeah.
Andrew Taylor's just put in the chat, I think Jonny actually said the Marilyn Monroe are fucking nerds, and I don't know if fucking was an intensifier or a verb.
I mean, the last two people I've dated have both been into D&D and Discord, so that is accurate.
Multiple things can be true.
I need to diversify for sure.
Incredible. Well, it's lovely to have you back on the show. And we've also got Kirstie Summers. Kirstie, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm good. I've been busy, but like mostly just doing admin, babe. Like, well, I was gonna say I've not got much to. I've not got much to. Yeah, I've been doing behind the scenes stuff. I've not got much to plug at the moment, but I have spent the day sorting out all of the shows that we have got coming up, which I'm sure you will talk about later, but like a lot of them aren't live because a lot of people sent me the stuff I need like an hour before this show started, which is not enough time to get it up in time to plug it on the show. I've spent we've got what day is it? We've got a Talking Trubbish coming up on the 6th of December. Me and Tom are going to be talking about the Sanshrew episode that got pulled because he had to work instead. So that's been rescheduled. So that's coming up next week. So if you're free next Wednesday, hopefully neither of us will have to do our stupid ass jobs and we can talk about Pokemon instead.
Yeah.
And I've also spent quite a bit of time putting together a press release because my band is very close to putting out our first single. So that's coming up soon.
That is sick.
Is your band Pussy 666 then? Is that what?
I wish. I feel like it's probably too late to change the name.
We've already started printing it,
I will pop a link to the link tree in the in the chat in case anyone wants to like give us a follow and be the first people to hear our like 10-minute doom drinking song that we did.
Amazing. I'm sure we will. I'm sure lots of people in the audience will be interested in that, and I certainly am. So, if nothing else, I mean, you've already sent me this link tree, but it's good to have it in as many places as possible because I just forget.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that sounds amazing. You haven't described your appearance yet, but I think in describing your interest, you have described your appearance. But let's do the formality anyway.
I've got a big round face and a big black beanie covering half of it because it's very fucking cold, and 2/3 of my head is bald, which is like fun and sick in the summer because then I've got a cool mohawk, but then it's really fucking cold in the winter. Big square glasses, red t-shirt, black hoodie. That's it. I'm pretty nondescript.
Brilliant. Basically just Kirstie Bingo there. Sorted. Good. Thanks so much for coming back on the show. And we've also got a returning favourite, KATH MARVELLEY. KATH, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Good. Yeah, thanks for coming on the show. Do you want to describe your appearance for anyone who might need that here?
Yes. I've got big pink galah earrings.
Oh,
I don't know if anyone watched Home and Away.
I haven't, but I like them.
Something galah. If you remember that. Anyway, so pink earrings to the galahs. My hair's out. It's sort of somewhere between blonde and brown. I have pink lipstick on, and I have a unseasonal Hawaiian shirt. It's blue and pink that looks like I'm not maybe American tourist who's just jumped in.
You're somehow dressed the exact opposite of Kirstie.
Yes, you are.
Oh, amazing stuff. I also forgot to get any. I forgot to get any plugs off anyone. I think apart from Nathan. But do you have any shows or anything coming up? I'll put your socials in the chat. But any cool things or projects you're working on you want to share?
Well, Well, we're still working on our podcast of Australia versus the UK.
Oh, cool.
We haven't yet got the requisite episodes to push out.
Fair.
Because you're supposed to push out multiple episodes, even if you've got a few done. So hopefully that'll be coming out soon. We've got an all-women comedy improv troupe that has had some shows and who have more shows. That's beautiful. That's like a lot of the female and non-binary sort of talent in the improv scene.
Yeah.
And so that's nice, Gens and Friends. So keep an eye on that. There'll be more comedy festivals in the future. No real gigs. I keep injuring myself, but I'm not to gigging. Follow my socials.
Do you keep injuring yourselves in like cool rock and roll ways, or just like?
Well, my latest is I should mention those at home. I also have blue strapping tape around my right wrist with new strapping tape because I like the contrast. But yeah, that's Taxi Driver 1 and Me 0. So that's how that happened.
Well,
so imagine there's a way to injure yourself. You can't even think you can injure yourself in that situation. That's how I'm injuring myself.
We actually lost you there, so like we literally just heard Taxi Driver 1, KATH 0, and I think that tells us all we need to know. Enjoyed that. Oh, brilliant. Well, thanks so much for coming on the show. Your KATH socials you can follow on Instagram and Facebook in the Twitch chat. And yeah, brilliant. We're joined once again, who hasn't been here for a whole 30 days, Ed ROWORTH. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay, Jonny. How are you?
Good. Yeah, I'm doing all right.
And have you got any fun jokes about the news?
No, I don't. That's what the first few minutes were. That was my attempt at it. I did have another page, but it was mostly just expletives and exclamation marks. So, do you want to describe
Read it out.
I've deleted it now.
Okay.
I'll have to redraft it.
I think you're stealing some of my joke ideas, to be honest.
Amazing, can't wait. Do you want to describe your appearance, preferably without a 20-minute description of whatever scenery you've got behind you this time?
Clean shaven, wearing black, hair tied back. There is a nose. And I'm in front of a mystery national park.
Oh, mystery national park.
Which one could it be? There's no defining feature at all.
Amazing. If you want to hear more about that, 3 episodes ago, I think there's a much more detailed description, so you can just watch that. Thanks very much for that. I always ask you if you've got anything coming up, but apart from our shows, I don't think you really do anything. So I appreciate you doing our shows, despite that we just suck you back into this.
Yeah, is there anything I'd like to plug? I guess low traffic neighborhoods.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, it's a good thing. Cool. Okay. Well, I've not got any social links for Ed because the only one, as far as I know, he's on is Twitter, and I've stopped putting links to Twitter because just because I'm petty. So you can find me on Twitter if you want.
All my social medias do is say what Blizzard stuff I'm doing coming up. So
yeah, so you can just follow the Blizzard pages, and you'll know what Ed's doing. He's either here or he's not. Schrodinger's Ed. What? Shut up. Cool. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Thanks so much for coming on the show. I look forward to humorously discussing the news with you for the next 2 hours. Hey, Bobbie, you probably shouldn't have just shared your password with all of us, but I'm glad
Who says it's the right password? Who says it's the correct one?
Actually,
I've bamboozled you.
well, I'm glad you got in. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Cool. And also joining us again from last month, we've got SAETH Wheeler. SAETH, how are you doing?
I'm desolation overwhelms me, but other than that, I'm good.
No, yeah, I understand. Do you want to just describe your appearance for us here?
Yes, I have sort of roughly shoulder-ish length, curly ginger hair, and I am so white that I cannot be color matched to a foundation.
Yes! Yeah!
Oh.
They have found my crew. Excellent.
Yeah, no, I feel that one. Amazing. Yeah, it's lovely to have you back on the show. It's not been long since we last had you back, so I don't know if you've got any super updates, but have you got any cool gigs or shows coming up that you'd like to share with us?
I have. We are going to be on the same Alternative Cobra meeting in March.
We are, yes. I forgot I was booked for that.
Which is going to be very exciting.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
It's going to be the first time that I've done that show, so I'm looking forward to it.
Always a lot of fun, yeah. I should have the link to that page, actually. So if you could just continue talking about that for like 30 more seconds while I grab the link, that'd be great.
It's being run by, I think, Stuart Dunlop. So, yes, very much looking forward to that. And then just found out this morning that I will be a support act for a professional show that's coming to York through Dodgy Comedy in February. So that will be
that's really cool. Hey, good. Amazing.
Thank you. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And yeah, that's run by Christica, who is absolutely fantastic. And if anyone is in the York vicinity, then you should totally check out Dodgy Comedy, because it is a very underappreciated night and it's always very good.
Fantastic. If you've got a link for that, send it over and I'll put it in the chat. Amazing. Cool. And last but not least, we've got Nathan VIRICA. Nathan, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. You sound so enthusiastic. I love that we're at this level of energy and we've not even started talking about the news yet. Amazing. Do you want to describe your appearance for us all here?
Yeah, sure. Well, I've been told at different points in my life that I look like Mark Bolan and more recently John Lennon, but it's never been specified at what point in time. So if they're being kind, then I look like either John Lennon or Mark Bolan as they appear in BBC archive footage. If they weren't being kind, then I look like John Lennon circa 1993. Or Mark Bolan roughly 10 seconds after his face smashed into the glove compartment.
Start as we mean to go on. Good stuff. Fantastic. Well, Nathan's socials in the chat, and if you've got anything, you do have something coming up. But for the purposes of fluid conversation, have you got any shows coming up that you'd like to share with us?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Yes, I do. So Ben Turner, Matt Jones, and me are doing a show at Hot Water in Liverpool on the 28th of February. Apart from that, in 2 weeks, I'm off to Finland for 2 months. Where I'll mostly be having sex with my missus. I'd have to ask her, but if anyone wants to join us,
can we book tickets for that? Yeah. Oh, amazing. Well, it sounds like you have a nice, exciting winter coming up. Brilliant, cool stuff.
I do.
Yes,
yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, good. That is. We are so efficient. It's not even 8 o'clock, and we've actually got through the intro. What is happening? I'm just not going to book anyone else again. This is nice. Fantastic. Cool. Well, that's everyone. Welcome to the show. Let's start the actual show. Our first round is going to be fake news, which was a really clever topical name when I came up with it, but like 4 years on, it's starting to feel a bit stale. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll come up with a fresher title or format. But today is not that day. This round, each team will be given 3 headlines, 2 real from the last month and 1 made up by me, and they have to try and guess what the fake one is. We're going to start with Bobbie's team. I'm going to remember how OBS works. Your 3 headlines are 4 men charged over theft of $6 million gold toilet from English Palace. Man, 37, rampages in Swansea branch of Currys after AI girlfriend ghosts him. And Silent Hill game disables chat after too many posts about cum.
Oh, wow.
There we are.
Interesting. I like this. I like how you've given my team the headlines about ghosting and cum. Thank you for that. But it's really on brand. Thank you so much.
My 2 favourite things.
And one often precedes the other, but I won't tell you which way it is.
I like that you start. I like the ghosting comes first. You ghost them, and then that just makes you come. Anyway, carry on.
No, it makes them come. Obviously, they don't have to talk to me anymore. Okay, 4 men charged over the theft of a 6 million gold toilet from the English palace. What do we think, team?
Okay, I don't want to defend the upper classes here, but I don't think there are many of them who are tacky enough to have a gold toilet. Like, I think like a lot of our upper classes are quite like restrained wealth. You know, they put the money in polo ponies rather than gold toilets.
Very true. Yeah.
Whereas, like, the AI ghosting him, I think I would absolutely believe a man would do that.
I think so. I genuinely think that that's true. And unless Johnny's done the sneaky thing of changing, like, what shop it is. So it might not be Curry's, it might be CEX, which, let's face it, would be more on brand.
That would be on brand. I don't think I've ever been in a CEX where I haven't thought that a fight was about to start.
Yeah. It's just the threat of violence is just one of the many smells hanging in the air in a CX. Sure.
Yeah.
This is one of the perks when you have a job interview with them. That's just.
Oh.
Does it just end in a fight? Is that like the last bit of the interview? Did you just have to go down to the back?
I mean,
and
I did have a job interview at CEX once, and it was a group interview. So I ended up leaving before the end because I was like, I don't want this job anymore. But yeah, so it may have ended in a fight. I would not have been surprised.
Yeah. Was the group interview to kind of just like weed out the people who were so socially anxious they couldn't actually speak outside of like an online web chat or something? Do you think?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, probably, yeah. I think so. And so Man 37 rampages Swansea. Okay, so we've covered that one. Silent Hill game disables chat after too many posts about cum. Wow. I mean, Silent Hill, it's not the sexiest game in the world, is it?
Well,
we don't kink shame on this show.
I've never. Well, actually, I've never played Silent Hill, but I've never watched one of the playthroughs and been like overcome with lust. So, like, do. Yeah, I'm suspicious of that one.
It's the gaming community, though, and I only know about Silent. Yeah, they are, and a lot of them have dicks as well. So, thus the cum. I've never played Silent Hill, but I have watched many video game essays about it. And there are some attractive women in Silent Hill and attractive men that could instir lust so potent that someone comes and the semen that could inspire a joke.
Johnny.
Hello.
It's 8 p.m. It's 8 p.m. This is too early for this many mentions. I was brought up in a Radio 4 household. I'm not equipped to deal with this.
No, you'll be all right, love. You'll be all right.
I just want to draw attention to a Grey the Earthling's comment. Fun fact, the first CEX was accidentally created when they tried to put curries in a Weatherspoons, which I think is very, very apt. So what are you thinking?
What are we thinking?
I'm with you that the gold toilet from the English palace probably isn't true, because I don't think there would actually be any. Not in this country.
Not unless Donald Trump's found a way to marry into British like royalty, which I wouldn't put past him.
No, I wouldn't put past him. Yeah.
But it would mean the royal family marrying outside their own direct family tree.
Yeah,
so.
that's the bit I find unbelievable.
I don't know. I mean, like, Prince Andrew probably doesn't have many options these days. I'm sure he'd take it.
Oh, yeah. I do think that the two, like, the Curry's one and the Silent Hill Seaman one is definitely. I think that they're both true. I always get mixed up. Are we pointing out the one that's false?
You're pointing out the one that's false. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think the toilet. What does everyone else think?
I think I'm with you on the toilet is a sentence that I need to say.
Oh, nice. Good. I've always needed moral support. Kath, have we got Kath?
I had some audio difficulties, so I was trying to look up the Twitch so I could see the headlines. I'm so sorry.
No, you're okay.
That's okay. Do you want me to repeat them?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah,
Hopefully I
okay.
can
So
chip in.
it is 4 men charged over theft of $6 million gold toilet seat from English Palace. Gold toilet even, I just added the seat. I was freestyling there. Man 37 rampages in Swansea branch of Curry's after AI girlfriend ghosts him. And Silent Hill game disables chat after too many posts about cum.
It has to be the third one, doesn't it? I mean, you're absolutely right there, I think. But I think we should go for the gold loo. I think, well...
Gold loo is the fake one, yeah?
I think that...
Yeah, I think gold loo's fake.
Cool.
Yes.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Fucking Chris Tarrant here. You are incorrect. That one was actually true. The false one was the 37-year-old man rampaging in Swansea branch of Curry's. Unfortunately, well, maybe not unfortunately. It's probably good that didn't happen. But yeah, 4 men were indeed charged over theft of a $6 million gold toilet from the birthplace of Winston Churchill, in fact. And the toilet was satirically entitled America, implying that it's something worth far too much money for something so full of shit, thus absolving me from doing any of the hard work of writing a joke for this bit. That's just brilliant. Silent Hill game did have to disable chat after too many people were posting about cum. Imagine disabling your chat because your fans were talking too much about cum. Couldn't be us. If anything, they'll be the ones telling us to stop talking about cum so much after this bit. And a man did not rampage through a bunch of curries after his AI girlfriend ghosted him. He actually rampaged through a graveyard after his ghost girlfriend AI'd him. What? Okay, that'll do. Okay, Kirstie.
That was too clever.
You can tell what state of mind I is when I was writing these bits. Kirstie, your 3 headlines are: Brazil ex-president Jair Bolsonaro faces investigation for harassing humpback whale. Reasonable for protesters to call Ian Duncan Smith Tory scum, court rules. And SpaceX launch delayed whilst project manager retrieves misplaced car keys from vessel.
So I do know that the Ian Duncan Smith thing is true because I saw it and I was like, you do. Like, the Tories are doing some pretty atrocious shit, but like they've not quite got as far as making it illegal to tell the truth. Like they're fucking close, but they're not there yet. The other two, I don't know. Any thoughts, team? I feel like I could believe either of them. I feel like I'm maybe leaning towards the SpaceX one, but I don't have an argument for why. It's just a vibe.
My internet just went weird. I agree with you. I've seen the middle one, which gives us a 50-50 shot. What were the other two?
So the other two are Brazil ex-president Bolsonaro faces investigation for harassing humpback whale, and SpaceX launch delayed whilst project manager retrieves misplaced car keys from vessel.
I mean, they are believable, aren't they?
I think I've seen something about Bolsonaro recently.
Was it that he was pissing off a whale?
Maybe. But I mean, I reckon the SpaceX one's false because you don't start a rocket with car keys because they're for cars.
And there's absolutely like no other reason someone would have their car keys on them while like preparing a rocket.
I mean, has anyone told Elon Musk this? That's the real question.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to go with the Bolsonaro one being false if we've got a consensus on it. Nathan, do you have any thoughts?
Well, I know my missus is watching along, so I was kind of waiting for her to text me the right answers. That's my input based on that. But in the absence of that, I don't know, because the SpaceX thing is so chaotic. It sounds almost too believable. So I'd go with the Bolsonaro one.
Okay.
So you think the Bolsonaro one is fake?
Bolsonaro, yeah.
Let's go Bolsonaro.
You are also incorrect. It was the SpaceX one that was fake. You should have gone with your first instinct. Yes, Bolsonaro is facing investigation for harassing a humpback whale. But enough about my wife. Way one for the boomers watching. And it has been ruled that protesters are vindicated to call Ian Duncan Smith Tory scum. What with all those suppression of protest laws coming in, it is nice to know that you can in fact still speak the truth without being arrested. KIRSTie basically did that joke earlier, but I wrote this down, so I'm going to say it. No, SpaceX did not delay launch due to misplaced car keys. That was just a scenario I thought would be humorous, and you either did or didn't see through that. Delete as appropriate. So at the end of that round,
can I just say, if the launch pad were in the middle of a low traffic neighborhood, that project manager would have been encouraged to cycle, and would never have happened.
I mean, it already didn't happen. That was the fake one. But
well, that proves my point.
Andrew has put in the chat, if anyone has built a rocket with a full car dashboard installed, it's SpaceX, and he's not wrong.
It's not.
No, exactly. That was my entire thinking behind that. So at the end of that round, both teams are on 0 points, so that's exciting, isn't it?
Yes! Yeah!
You're equally shit.
We're all losers.
Yeah!
Right, where the fuck am I? Okay, our next...
Including Jonny.
Yeah, I've also realised. I haven't yet been on hormones long enough to be able to multitask, so doing OBS and also trying to read the script is beyond my capabilities. Our next round is called Trending. We like to stay relevant on this show. We're not all Limp Bizkit and Generation 1 Pokemon references. Sometimes we pay attention to what's happened in the last 30 days as well. Each of our guests has picked a topic, was given a topic. This is all improvised and off the cuff, shut up. And they'll be speaking on that topic that was trending over the past month. And making some jokes on it, or not. They might just be ranting and crying. I can't stop them, but I will be rewarding bonus points to anyone who's decided to include at least a joke in their section. For the record, if I was scoring myself, I would be on -7. So we can,
I feel like that's targeted at me.
And speaking of which, KIRSTie Summers is coming up first, talking about men. So take it away.
Yeah!
Right. I feel like that was targeted at me because I genuinely am just going to complain about this one man that pissed me off this week, which is saying something because men in general do enough to I think piss a lot of people off, and piss me off who's on a hair trigger for being pissed off most of the time, even more so when it's this fucking cold. So the fact that one man has stood out enough to warrant singling out right now, I hope you'll agree at what's happened. So I went to see Bob Villain on Saturday night, and it was really fucking good. If you haven't listened to the 2 singles off the new album, they're amazing. If you hadn't listened to the last album, it's also really amazing. Go watch them. The people describing them as one of the most important bands happening at the moment are not wrong. So there's this song. And so one of the singles off the new album is called He's a Man, and it is literally about the worst kind of man who's sexist and racist and says all these horrible things, and it's just making fun of that man. It's a great song, it's got a great beat, and it's just a really fun song and a really cathartic song. And they played this song and they started it off by going men, what I want you to do something for me now. I want you to take a step back and let the women and non-binary people come to the front and be at the front for a bit and not have you in the way and not have you pushing them and just let them be at the front. And most of the crowd stepped back a bit, and all the women and non-binary people went down to the front where we could see for once. And there was this one man who refused to move from standing right up against the stage. And someone else tapped him on the shoulder and went, "Come on, shall we step back?" And not only did he say no, he tried to throw a punch. And Bob Dylan's standing there on stage going, Bruv, I'm literally talking about you. I'm about to sing a song about how you are the fucking problem. Step back. And he is continuing to keep pushing and shoving until security get involved and remove him.
Oh my
and
God.
I feel like if anyone has ever missed the point of what a band stands for and missed the, like, not realised how everyone in the room is not on your fucking side, it was that man. And like that happened 2 days ago, and I'm still impressed and jealous of his confidence in his choices. And I felt I just needed to share that, and that's why I ended up with this topic. No, there was no jokes. I just need to get it off my chest.
No valid, and also, yeah, it is a very good song, and probably going to be on the 2023 playlist. Just spoilers for that. But yeah, no, absolutely, fuck it. That's just far too like perfect and shit to have been real. But I know you wouldn't lie about that. So that's fucking ridiculous. Like, I
was looking at this man, just like, how do you exist?
Like someone has scripted this.
Life?
we are in the Matrix. That's too perfect. Cool, brilliant. Thanks very much, KIRSTIE. Next, we've got SAETH Wheeler, who's going to talk to us about kindness, because it was World Kindness Day this month or something. I don't know. Here we are. Take it away.
It was, and in a world where you can be anything, you should be kind. I saw that, and I know it's true because I saw it on a piece of driftwood. And like, I go out with that in my heart every single morning. I want to be kind, but other people make it so difficult. Like, I go out with so much joy in my heart for humanity, and then I meet humanity, and I remember why I felt like that before. I've recently had to actually like see a counsellor for some anger management issues. In that I was describing my problems to him, and he went, "Oh, I'm gonna give you some anger management techniques." And I went, "Why the fuck would you give me anger management techniques?" And he was like, "Okay, for what? You just reacted like that." And for two, you just told me that a man brushed past you and you wished to break his legs. And I was like, okay, does not everyone feel like this? This has been a genuine surprise and revelation to me this week, has been finding out that not everyone wishes violence visited upon people who annoy them. Even small amount. Like, I used to self-soothe by imagining pushing my boss out of a window, and I've only just discovered that it's a universal experience. But I've got some tips. Basically, any thoughts you have that could be like easily part of a Saw movie, those are inside thoughts. We don't say those. Anything that could have come off Bake Off, outside thought, you can say that. Anything that could have come off like a BBC One drama, don't worry about it. It'll get resolved by an unrealistic plot twist by like episode 3. But I would like to leave you with the story of the kindest person I've ever seen, who is a librarian at my local library, who believes that life is really too short for bad books. So what she does is, while she's checking your books out, if she disapproves of your choices, she tells you the ending.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
What a hero.
And that's the story of the kindest person I've ever known.
Incredible. Thanks so much. Brilliant. I think we're having some slight Zoom issues, misaligning, but only... Okay, well, right. Well, I'm sorry now. Everyone else seems to be fine. We'll have Nathan next. Nathan's going to be talking about television. So take it away.
Okay. So Nigel Farage is currently appearing on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. And I have to say, I'm disappointed that ITV would pay an obscene amount of money to platform a dangerous and divisive cult-like figure who spreads misinformation and relies on the support of pink blotchy men. Did they learn nothing from having Noel Edmonds on a few years ago? So obviously I'm not watching it this year, but I did watch it last year. And for those of you who remember it, I have to say that I thought Boy George in particular was particularly good on it, especially during the Bush Tucker trials. I thought he overcame everything that was thrown at him and I thought he absolutely smashed it. And for me, it was quite wholesome, and it made a nice change to see Boy George beating something that wasn't handcuffed to a radiator and begging him to stop. Also enjoyed last year the nostalgic touch of sending Matt Hancock into the jungle. Specifically nostalgia for the days when Britain used to send all its worst criminals to Australia. Which sort of brings me on to the Tories. We've already touched upon them tonight. As we've mentioned, the lineup keeps changing, but they remain the most dreadful party seen in Britain since that one at Michael Barrymore's house about 20 years ago. No one get. Oh, yeah, you get.
Took me a minute.
Fuck, have I gone too far? And elsewhere, television sort of in the last week, Cliff Richard was on this morning, and he said that he once had the chance to meet Elvis and wanted to, but turned it down because Elvis was too fat at the time, apparently. And the more I think about it, the knowledge that Cliff Richard might have wanted to meet him in the future does lend a bit of credence to the theory that Elvis faked his own death.
Brill, yeah. No, I think you're onto something there. Brilliant, thanks for that. Kath, are you all good? Are we ready to go next?
I'm on the phone. I'm hoping I can rejoin in a moment.
Cool.
I don't know.
That's
Go
fine.
first.
I mean, you're sounding fine on the phone, to be honest, so I think we can just carry on if you're ready. So Kath's next going to be talking to us about
great.
Christmas. So take it away, Kath.
Yeah, great. So for Christmas, I just wanted to start with a slight spoiler alert. So this section contains Christmas spoilers. So if you haven't watched Christmas, please just tune out. So last Christmas, I cleaned up Santa's empty glass and Rudolph's half carrot, thus spoiling Santa for the children. So if anyone wants me for Christmas this year, please do let us know in the chat. My family doesn't do normal Christmas in terms of gifts. So I've rewritten the 12 days of Christmas for my family. So the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me one turkey baster. It's too late. It's not a gift you're going to use as well for another 365 days. So it's a bit much. And then the second day of Christmas, 2 reflective safety vests. Because why have Christmas lights? You can glow all year. Plus, my dad thinks Christmas lights are a fire risk, so.
Yeah.
3 car safety triangles. This gift was given also to the cousins. And it's nothing like seeing an 18-year-old unwrap a safety vest as their gift at Christmas. 4 car tyres. That's just because they're expensive. It's a great opportunity to get new car tyres, everyone, if you've got a car.
Yeah.
5 rechargeable batteries. They're saving the planet, one gift at a time. 6 bird watching calendars. Yes, my parents have enforced their hobby on the whole family. 7 car safety hammers. You know, you can cut your seatbelt, smash a window, and you can get on Crime Watch all in one gift. 8 Christmas fruitcakes. I just really like Christmas fruitcake, and it's a really easy gift for everyone else to buy me. 9 wash bags for your underwear. Nothing says Christmas like bras that keep their underwire.
I agree.
10 pairs of pliers. My dad has single-handedly stocked my toolbox by Christmas each year. 11 pairs of steel cap boots. both functional and fun. Do what I did and pick yourself in the shin to check if there'd be a good weapon. Really hurts, take my word for it. And finally, 12 pairs of binoculars. That's self-explanatory. That's fun for the whole family. And that's Christmas.
Thanks very much, Kath. I'm feeling festive already. Good stuff. Right, we're going to have Ed next, who's going to be talking to us about the Telegraph. I'm looking forward to this. Take it away, Ed.
Thank you. Yeah, my dad's got a free subscription to the Telegraph for his paid subscription to the Telegraph. So I've been reading a lot of the Telegraph in the last year. And like, you get people like, Armando Iannucci saying, I get the Guardian and the Telegraph, so I get a nice sort of balanced range of views. But like the Mail and the Sun have this, like everyone knows that they're full of shit, right? Everyone knows they're full of racism and just, the bingo card of stuff this show disapproves of. But the Telegraph has this veneer of respectability, even though it's filled with all of that same stuff. Like, it's filled with conspiracy theories, like batshit columnists, all of the same. But it has this, it's the Telegraph. So I was going to get a load of opinion columns, but then I got depressed, and then I got bored, and then I was bored and depressed, and I'm like, oh. Yeah, I'm a comedian that can't even make topical jokes anymore. It's never really been the sort of thing I do. But I'm a comedian that can't be who am I as a comedian? Do I have dark hair? Jonny, do I have dark hair?
I'd say it's more dark than light.
Do I have dark hair? Hang on. Do I have dark hair?
Yeah, you have dark hair.
Do I have blue eyes?
I cannot tell.
Can't tell, okay. I'm Olivia.
Yay!
That's Guess Who? That's Guess Who. Now for Hero Quest. Don't know how to finish the bit. So you're either going to have to stop me or we're going to have to play a full Hero Quest.
Going to stop you now, although it's been far too long since I played Hero Quest, so I am tempted. That's some more fun than the news. We'll stop you there. Thanks very much, Ed. Okay, and last but not least, we've got Bobbie, who's going to be talking about Big Brother. Take it away.
Hello. Right. So initially, because behind the scenes action, Jonny gives us a list of things we can talk about. One of the things that was on there was glory holes. And I was really tempted to take that because, there's that story that's gone around about the girl who goes to Amsterdam, starts sucking someone off through a glory hole, finds out it's a dad. And I thought, well, to be funny about something, you'd have to have some relatable sort of jokes to make about that. But I can't afford a flight to Amsterdam and my dad's dead. So there's no chance of me accidentally sucking him off. So I can't really make jokes about that. So I thought I'd make jokes about Big Brother instead. Not the TV show, but my own older brother, David Jones, because he's a menace to society and I love him, but I hate him. So when I was younger, he would decapitate my Barbie dolls and throw them on the roof of the shed. He then bought me a haunted doll from the market, and upon seeing that I obviously hated the doll because it looked like a haunted doll, he would then put it in the shed window, looking up at my bedroom window just to freak me out. So that was when I was a kid, right? And in recent years, because we're both video game fans, he stole my GameCube games, including some very valuable titles. We're talking Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. We're talking Zelda Twilight Princess on the GameCube. Stole them years ago. I thought they were still in my mum's like attic or whatever. I then get a message from my sister-in-law saying to me, "Oh yeah, Dave's about to sell these games, by the way. They're quite valuable. Do you want them?" Because Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door is worth, what, about at least 150 quid, right? It's going on eBay for like 200 quid. Twilight Princess on the GameCube is worth about 100 quid as well. So yeah, he's just a bastard, and I just wanted to tell everyone about it. It's more of a cry for help. He's also the same Davy Jones that was in Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, my family were half tentacles on my dad's side, you know. So he's got the beard, and like when he was at school and he was doing music at school, he would be at the Casio keyboards and he would play chopsticks, but with his like tentacle beard. It was quite funny. So there you go.
Oh, brilliant!
I don't like the show. I've never seen the show. I don't agree. And I've never read the book, the 1984 book, because Animal Farm was enough for me. So.
Oh, brilliant! Oh, thanks very much. What a lovely ending to that bit. I think I'm going to give the points to Scythe for that one. So at the end of that round, Bobbie's team are on 4 points, and Kirstie's team are still on 0. That's a shame. Oh well, it doesn't. None of it matters. We're gonna go.
God, you've just given me points.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, yeah, no. Good job. Kindness, right? Yeah. Sorry.
I was hoping a little bit.
A bit of validation I'm getting all week.
Yeah, no, I'm incredibly proud of you, but everyone else, it's fine. It's not important. Don't worry about it. So yeah, we're gonna have a break now. Just a reminder that if you are enjoying the show, we are staunchly anti-capitalist in our ethos, and not just because we're bad at making money. Oh no, but also that a thing is also true. And unfortunately, we do require money to live and such. So if you support what we do, you can donate here on Twitch, PayPal, or Patreon. And any money you donate via PayPal today or this week will be split between the acts that we've got on, and I don't know, maybe vaguely offset the electric and broadband bills that they're saddled with at the end of it. So we're going to go into a little break now. We're still going to be here, but we're just not going to be funny for the next 10 minutes. Maybe we already weren't. I'll leave that to you to decide. Let's have a look at some of these comments. Grey the Earthling, I was fully expecting Ed's entire bit to be Morse code. Yeah, no, I was kind of expecting that as well, if I'm honest. Or either that, or just like a history about just like telegraphs in general. But yeah, no, I enjoyed that bit. That was a lot of fun. Also, it makes me really want to play Hero Quest. I've had it just like.
I should do a set in Morse code. That would be the sort of thing I do.
That would be the sort of thing.
Could it be the sequel to last month's solo show where you were just going to read us? What were you reading us? The Encyclopedia of Ancient History.
Not all ancient history, just purely Assyrian.
That was it. I really enjoyed that. I learned so much.
Okay, what did you learn then?
Mainly that Assyria was a lot more complex than I thought it was.
Okay, you passed the test.
Yeah, nip to the loo, back a sec.
Have fun.
When the cat's away.
Yeah, I also need to wee.
Drink.
I sure hope us three can find something in common. Okay, it's just you and me now, Kirstie.
Oh, it's just you and me. Should we read some weird books? What's the weirdest book you got nearby?
Weirdest book I've got nearby? Oh, bloody hell. I've got a leaflet.
Oh, what's the leaflet about?
It's an anti-LTN leaflet.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is.
But it's been on my mind because there's been one set up in the area that I live, and there are some people who don't like it. and they've been saying some very strange things, such as stop road closures, even though no roads have actually been closed. And that's like on all their posters. And then it's just filled with easily debunkable comments.
People are the fucking worst. I'm so just tired of having to share the planet with dickheads.
It's like the planters are not deterring rat running. It has merely moved the problem to other roads. Now, number one, the roads it would be diverted to are roads that you wouldn't be rat running down because they're the roads that cars would be taking. And number two, they've come to that conclusion after 3 months, even though, and I'm sure they've done their research so they'd know this, it usually takes 6 to 12 months for traffic to completely settle down the result of these schemes. So I'm quite impressed they've managed to come to these conclusions so early. Clearly shows that they know what they're talking about.
What have I missed?
We're talking about LTNs.
Oh, okay.
You left me on my own, and now we're talking about LTNs.
Are you in Manchester, Ed? I can't remember.
Yeah,
in Manchester.
It's in Manchester.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The LTN in my area got rejected by the public.
Oh.
Whereabouts is that?
Well, the thing is, they were going to put it on. Oh, this is giving too much about it, but they're going to shut down a road that has a school, a nursery, a GP practice, a pharmacy, a tram stop. Just what else was there? Oh, convenience store, 2 pubs. Just not a road anyone would want to drive down. No one would conceivably ever want to use that as a thoroughfare. And so, I don't know, but suspiciously the councillor in the area lived on that street. Yeah, so I think there possibly were some roads to cut off, but that wasn't the one that was necessary. And it was based on 12 people turning up to a local focus group during the pandemic.
We had a big public meeting with like 100 people there, and that was an experience because everyone was very, very friendly and let other people speak. As meetings are meant to. That's not true. They tried shouting over me when I pointed towards the research from decades of implementing schemes like this. One of them likened the planters that the temporary. So it's like the trials period. So they put some wooden planters down to see how things work.
Yeah.
One of them, legitimately, this is what someone said. They said, my brother or my cousin, someone a relative of theirs, lived in Northern Ireland in the 90s and said the planters were worse than the walls they grew up around. That's something someone said.
Wow.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yeah, and it's I must have said that because the reaction to the scheme before everyone that was self-aware enough was like, no, what? Yeah, it's.
Yeah, that's a challenge.
Sort of thing they'll straight-faced say.
Yeah.
You never get
people going. Sorry.
I was going to say, you never get this discussion on fucking Mock the Week. This.
Well, no, because it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah,
That's why.
exactly. Take that. Take that.
We are the leading topical panel apart from.
There are no others.
And in the stand-up round in Mock Week, you never saw any vintage dungeon crawling board games.
No, you did not. No. And that's where it failed, I think.
Yeah, that's where the
Also, hello, probably there, Victoria. Lovely to see you. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for Andrew Taylor for reminding me this was happening as I was deep into packing all my belongings. Yeah, absolutely. Good luck with that. Also, Grey the Earthling made a comment saying that Barrymore joke took a little while to sink in, which I think you'd appreciate, Nathan. Kirsty,
Yeah.
I did not hear your neck crack either. So now I feel like
Good.
we've missed out. I feel like you need to do it again. So we can...
I don't think I can do it again. I think it's one of those things that just has to happen when it
Yeah.
happens.
If you try and force
and
it,
like
you might just break your own neck.
inevitably will be when someone else is talking.
I'm going to go back through the VOD, see if I can isolate it.
I'm sure you can.
Also, yeah, I think everyone here is kind of with you, Scythe, on just wanting to beat up anyone who minorly annoys you. I feel like, yeah.
I've got ammunition.
Yeah, I
now
just
to
found
go
myself
back.
I just found myself sympathising with that. I was like, "Oh fuck, is that not normal?"
Yeah, like this is the thing. Is the therapist was like, "Well, you really shouldn't want to push your boss out the window." And I was like, "You haven't met my boss."
You want to push him out the window.
I feel like anyone who's walking around this planet and isn't just like full of rage isn't paying enough attention to what's going on the planet.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like, I feel like it's a normal state of affairs to be angry and miserable all the time.
Tell me about it. I work in climate change, and it's like amazing to me how many like people are just like, yeah, but we can leave it like a few more years, right? And I'm like, no, area believing it has really gone.
But if climate change is real, how come it's so cold?
Hey, checkmate.
Yeah.
Although, like,
that's a genuine argument I've had.
Oh yeah.
Should we talk some more about the Telegraph?
You were saying on low traffic neighborhoods, like we've trialled in my city, and I genuinely had 3 or 4 people tell me very seriously that the planter barriers have been put there. The ambulances had to go the long way round so that it would take longer, so that people would die in transit on the way to the hospital, and therefore help reduce the population.
There's been research done on it. Like they published the numbers, and like no evidence for less.
I mean,
But
also,
you say that in a meeting and they shut you down.
Also, it's kind of a moot point because ambulances just don't exist anymore, so it's fine. Like, they'll just...
What?
Oh, they're going to enter like the British bestiary of like mythical creatures.
Maybe they could get around it by putting like ramps so that the ambulance can do like sick jumps over the planters.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
the only cars it stops are the cowardly ones.
Yeah, just making proper like fucking Scarlett sets. Just put like jumps and like just like hairpin turns in the middle of nowhere for no reason.
Just a pit filled with flames
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
need to jump over exactly the right time.
Yeah, where it's like the dinosaur head that just like comes and crashes it. Yeah, no, I like it. That one where there's no exit, you just go in loops until you like crash into each other. I love that one. Right, as much as I want to just keep on talking about toy cars, we should probably carry on with the show, given that we're all back. So yeah, welcome back. Our next round is This Just In. We're going to be reading each team the first line of a breaking news story. Well, breaking at the time, not now. We can't see into the future. We barely do enough research to look into the recent past. So please don't take this show as a replacement for actual journalism. We'll be giving each team a line, and within the team they'll take it in turns to continue the news story, one sentence at a time, and go round and round until we all get sick of life and stop. And I'll give points based on the, I don't know, on the direction of the wind in Greenland, I guess. Someone's at the door. Good. We're going to start with Barbie's team. Once I find the right fucking slide I want. They're not called slides, but I don't know what else to call them, so I call them slides. So you have 3 topics to choose from. Do you want a news story on cinema, on mystery, or space?
Oh, it's a full moon tonight, so I am tempted to say space.
Let's go for space. I'm happy with space.
Happy with space?
Happy with space? Kath, are you happy with space?
Why not? I know nothing, not all of the topics.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic, we'll go with space. So,
space is good.
Actually, knowing nothing would be an advantage if we were picking mystery, Kath.
Even the most knowledgeable astrophysicists in the world practically know nothing.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Sounds a bit too knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Fab. So okay, we'll start with you, Bobbie, then Kath, then Scythe, and then loop round that way. So your first line is Oh, I just remembered what this one is. Fuck.
Oh, great. Thanks for this. All right.
Using a high
Cheers.
temperature plasma tunnel, scientists have discovered what it might be like to plumb the depths of Uranus.
You invite me on this show, and you lure me in with knowing how much I enjoy space, and you lure me in with the fleshlight of tunnels into Uranus. Filled in plasma. I'm not angry anymore. I'm just bemused, Johnny. Can you read that out to me again, please?
Using a high temperature plasma tunnel, scientists have discovered what it might be like to plumb the depths of Uranus.
I don't. How am I supposed to?
The mystery topic is also space related. If you want to go for that one instead.
No, we'll stick with the Uranus plunging. Thank you very much.
Will we? Okay.
Yeah. Like anal, you just got to grit in your teeth and bear it, you know. Like just. Okay, let's play the game. They are hoping that there might be a deposit of rare metals in the center of Uranus.
This deposit could be valuable and used for improving mankind.
This could include applications in jewelry, in spacecraft, and just in creating some really weird sculptures.
Sculptures of Uranus being plunged with a massive plasma tunnel.
Are the sort of things that do win prizes. And that actually, I think we're actually foreshadowing Banksy's next artwork.
There have already been rumours that the prolific graffiti artist is planning to make a statement piece on the funding of Uranus, calling it a momentous event.
Yeah, in a sort of unprecedented turn of events, he's going to get some paint in a tray and pull his pants down and put his bottom in the paint and then just press it against the wall, the way that kids would do with like potatoes and paint. It's his most simple but yet most complicated work to date.
And it has elevated that owner's home price, I would anticipate in the future, by about £500,000. So, you know, I think whichever neighbourhood is gifted with this art piece can only be grateful.
Banksy was noted as saying that as he takes such great steps to preserve his identity, he was glad that we have not, while we've made advancements in fingerprinting, we've not got around to butt printing yet.
Do you want to end on butt printing?
That?
Oh, go on.
Yeah.
You can stop there. Yeah, that was.
Cheers.
That honestly went on far longer than I expected. So could you for that?
Yeah, anal often does. Yeah.
Cool. Give you 2 points for that. Kirstie's team. Your three choices are. 1 sec. Your three choices are holidays, literature, or politics.
What do you reckon, gang?
Holidays, because we can probably fit politics into that.
You happy with holidays, Ed?
I mean, I don't think there's room in this show for politics. I think.
Not a place for it, is it? No.
So I think we should go with space.
Okay, you see. Okay, holidays it is. We'll go Kirstie, Ed, Nathan, and Luke Round. Your first line is: woman bans grandson from Christmas Day because he doesn't believe in Santa.
the woman was appalled by this disgusting show, disgusting lack of faith on her grandson's behalf.
I mean, his dad dresses up as Santa every year, and the kid doesn't even have the decency to believe it.
Despite appearing at the end of his bed every year.
The boy commented on what actually makes something worth believing in, saying,
I just want a not shit future, please.
To which Fafara responded, how about a PS5?
and in a PS5, there are plenty of games where you can pretend you are not doomed, despite the apocalyptic setting.
Anyway, politics.
Okay, well, we can end that one there. Brilliant. Fab, I'm going to give you 2 points as well for that. So again, that round's a tie. This is waste of all of our time. At the end of that round, Bobbie's team are on 8 points and KIRSTIE's team are on 4. Wait, no, I've counted that wrong. Sorry, 6 and 2. Ignore me. It doesn't matter. There's 2 points difference. That's all that matters in this day and age. Oh, I'm losing it. Right, okay.
Is Jonny just simplifying fractions at
I
this
am,
point?
yeah.
As long as we're all imagining the correct number of useless things Jonny is gifting us,
Exactly,
as if they couldn't just give us unlimited points if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Create an artificial scarcity of points to make us do their twisted games.
There is no magic point stream. Right, okay, next round. Okay, our next round is cancels. This is a round where our panelists get to cancel a person, place, thing, or concept, whatever they want to get rid of, really, and then we'll all vote on it, and the cancellation with the most votes will be cancelled forever. So use this power wisely, as it definitely works. Last year, we cancelled all comedians, and we haven't been funny since, so be careful what you do. I mean, that one was a good choice, but, don't accidentally cancel something worthwhile to society instead. Let's start with KATH. KATH, who you can cancel this month?
Yes. So it's I've clearly been here too long. I would like to cancel winter.
No, fair.
I don't care that miraculously the storms missed North Manchester, because this weather, this getting cold business, I have to object. No amount of planting spring bulbs can give me enough optimism to get through the next 3 months. And I really like snowdrops and daffodils, but I also like tropical plants. And being able to sit on a seat at the tram station without freezing my butt off on the metal. Yeah. I recently took to wearing blue glasses. Okay, I'll show you them. Outside. Okay, so one, it keeps the cold air from streaming into my eyes. And so it looks like I'm crying all of the time. Because these are blue glasses, I can pretend there's blue sky. And also, if I tilt my head a little bit this way, I look a little bit like Dame Edna. Or an Elton John tribute act. So I've made winter a little bit better, but I'm cancelling winter. I'm done with it already. I'm done.
With winter. Done. Yep. No, I agreed. We're not even in winter yet, but yeah, ready to cancel it. Good. Right. I mean, you want to cancel it before it gets here, really. That's the ideal time for it. Okay. Next, we'll have Ed. Who are you cancelling this month?
Wow, I spent hours preparing for this show tonight. So I thought I'll cancel. Shit. I'll cancel the far right.
Okay, well, Ed's one. Do you want to elaborate on that, or just the
I thought you, of all people, Johnny, would know why we should cancel the far right.
No, that's a fair point.
Have you read a history book?
No.
I have. This doesn't really talk about questions. There are others that cover it quite comprehensively, or so I've been led to believe. But yeah, I think we should cancel the far right. Personally, maybe if the audience want to vote against that, then maybe they can. But Kirsty, we've got this one in the bag.
No, yeah, amazing. Yeah, so that one's one, but let's do the rest of the formality anyway. Bobbie, we'll have you next. Who are you cancelling this month?
It kind of leads on from what KATH was saying, so it's a weather-related one. So I want to cancel leaves, specifically leaf fall. Okay, like big piles of like leaves that slowly start to decompose, and the rain gets in them, and they're like a slip hazard. Okay, so I've got a long-winded story around this. Bear with me. A few weeks ago, I had a pregnancy scare, okay? So I decided to go to Superdrug to get myself a pregnancy test, because that's what you're supposed to do. And I've taken up swimming recently, so I thought I'll do like a day trip of it. I'll go to Superdrug and then I'll go swimming afterwards. If I leave the house like to go swimming, I don't have any makeup on, I haven't washed my hair, I'm wearing jogging bottoms, like a lumpy sweatshirt, like I don't look at my best, okay? So I'm already leaving the house at like 30% capacity, okay? On the way to Superdrug, slip and fall arse over tit in a massive pile of mucky leaves. So I am up to here, I kid you not, just covered in filth, okay? Fast forward to the women's health section in Superdrug. And I'm purchasing a pregnancy test, and I'm getting a lot of weird looks because to the naked eye, I appear very much like a woman who lives in the forest and has sex with a lot of men. And that can be quite romantic, but there's a scale, there's a sliding scale, okay? At the romance side of it, you've got like Sherwood Forest and Robin Hood with his band of men. Okay, all of them. At the bad end of it, you've got Platfield Park and the men who feed the pigeons. Okay, not a good look for me. And then to round off this story, I went to pay for the bloody thing, and the guy at the counter had the audacity to ask if I had a beauty card. And I was like, do I look like I've got a beauty card? I look like I don't even have a house. So yeah, I want to cancel these, but the test was negative, by the way. So I won't be taking any maternity leave from Blizzard anytime soon, John. Not that you offer maternity leave in your contracts.
What contracts?
You don't have a contract.
The friendship contract.
I don't remember signing one of them. Amazing. I thought you said leads at first, not leaves, but both.
No, it's my accent because I don't talk proper. Yeah.
No, I see. That's fine. Cool. No, yeah, well argued. Nathan, we'll have you next. Who are you cancelling this month?
James Corden.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm going to read this straight off the page because obviously I want to get every detail in here. I read a tweet from someone not so long ago that said there's something deeply evil about James Corden. I don't think he has a soul. And they do say that laughter is language and laughter when James Corden is around. I think there might be something in that theory. Where do I even begin? Back. Did anyone else see that YouTube video made by the guy who briefly worked with him as a director on A League of Their Own, talking about how Corden was an absolute arsehole to the programme staff, including a bit where he tore into one of the writers for giving him a joke to read out for the show, saying, "This isn't funny, change it." Can you imagine being told that your joke isn't funny by James Corden? That must be like being told you're a lousy father by Marvin Gaye's dad.
Oof.
Apparently, Corden has a new show coming up called This Life of Mine, which is presumably going to consist mostly of him being sycophantic to celebrities, nicking other people's jokes, being rude to hospitality staff, and being called a cunt from all corners as he walks down the street. The only thing I have to say in Corden's defence is that last year he was one of the few celebrities, well, one of the many celebrities actually who spoke out against Roe versus Wade, the overturning of it in the United States, which of course made it more difficult for women over there to get abortion. I found James Corden to be the most powerful because I can't think of a more effective advert for abortion than the existence of James Corden. And just a note on what this is between. It's between the far right and James Corden. I think that's quite a difficult decision, to be honest with you.
Oh, yeah, no. Strongly argued. Yep, absolutely. Also, apologies, my internet is starting to cut out a bit. So hopefully there's no delays on stream, but hopefully it'll be all right. If not, well, fuck it. I'm just going to blame James Corden for that as well. So that's another point against James Corden. The far right did not interrupt their segment. So oh, don't clip that. Right, who have we got next? Where the fuck are my notes? Right, okay, we'll have SAETH next. SAETH, who are you cancelling this month?
So that would be people walking in cycling lanes, Jonny.
Okay, yeah.
So I live in York because I am a fancy bitch who loves some history. And York is a cycle city. Unfortunately, no one has told the tourists that. And a lot of them seem to believe that when there is a white line on the pavement or on the pathway, and there's bikes painted one side, and there's pictures of people painted the other, those are just for decoration. And earlier this month, I nearly hit a child and had to slam the brakes on really fucking hard because she was running up and down the cycle lane, and turned to her dad, who, by the way, was like cosplaying the Peaky Blinders look, and it didn't. And I said, you should not be letting your child play in the cycle lane. That is a road. If you would not let your child play in the road, you should not be letting her play in the cycle lane. And he went, oh, well, she's just pretending to be a horse on a racetrack. And I was like, oh, okay. She wants to play racetracks. Well, I nearly gave her some broken legs. So should we make it super realistic? Do you know what happens to horses with broken legs? Anyway, he didn't take that super well, but I still feel like I was justified. And anyway, I would like to cancel the people who keep nearly making me have accidents, because I just say I have insurance and it's not going to stretch the number of accidents I'm about to have.
No, absolutely, yeah. No, 100% agreed. Right. Last but not least, I also saw KIRSTIE applauding that, so excited for that. Right.
I have been thinking about doing cunts in the cycle lane since we started this show.
I'm so sorry for stealing your topic.
Every single month I'm on this show, I have a different story about a different cunt that's got in my way. I'm so close to just running people down because I don't have the patience for idiot tourists anymore. And assholes who open their car door without looking, and assholes who walk out into the road staring at their phone instead of looking to see if there's anything fucking coming, and walking tours that walk down the cycle lane. Fuck you. This 3 feet of road is here to keep me alive. I'm actually not above. I'm not going to swerve in front of a bus for the sake of you. Nah, fuck them. Joggers are the worst. They're like, oh, I'm going too fast to be on the pavement. But you're going too slow to be in my fucking way. Move. Yeah. Give them the points. I know they're not on my team, but they're not wrong. Someone once pushed his child in front of me to cross the road because he hadn't looked at me come in and pushed an 8-year-old in my way, and I cussed him out. And he told me off for swearing in front of a child. And I'm like, that kid nearly died because you fucking cunt. And he told me not to use that language in front of his kid. I'm like, your priorities are fucked.
So
Anyway.
in other news, Kirstie and I will be starting a new political party standing purely on one issue.
It's just me being allowed to run people over.
Like a podcast.
It's me and SAETH being like angry and violent.
I mean, I feel like most of
I
you
have
should probably
nothing to do on
subscribe to that.
Thursday.
I definitely would.
Yeah. So, Kirstie, what are you actually cancelling? Are you just forfeiting yours?
Honestly, something I'm a lot less mad about. But it's people raw dogging on Valentine's Day, which is relevant to now because I don't know about you, but like I have so many birthdays this month. I was invited to 5 birthday parties over this weekend, but because I was visiting my mum and sister for their birthdays, I could only attend 2. On top of that, the amount of people that I would really like to take the time out of my day to celebrate on their birthday, I do not have time to do it in like this 2-week stretch of the year. And I have accepted that is going to be the case for the rest of my life because I don't, I care about these people enough that I want more time for their birthdays. I'm not going to cut them out of my life for the sake of convenience. But also, like, I've figured it out. It's 9.5 months after Valentine's Day. Like, you're all Valentine's Day babies. For the sake of future generations, can you please, like, wrap it up on Valentine's Day? Please, I'm begging you. No, I can't do it anymore. It's too busy a weekend. And right before Christmas as well.
It's the worst.
It's already an expensive time of year. That's it. I'm cancelling, yeah. People raw dogging on Valentine's Day.
Amazing. Cool. Right, I'm going to shortlist that now and then put that to the poll vote, and then we're going to go on another break. So I'm going to... I mean, I think I have to shortlist the far right. I mean, they're going to win. Which is also true in every election.
Clip that.
Also, James Corden and people walking in cycling lanes. I mean, I'll be honest, I think these people all cross over to the same people. I don't know what James Corden's politics are, but for the purposes of this, he's part of the far right.
I don't care. He's dangerous.
I could definitely imagine him walking in a cycle lane and then getting annoyed when a cyclist hits him.
Okay.
I mean, there was that video of him like thrusting at people sitting in their cars. Like he could have got hit then. Maybe he should have got hit then.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, the poll is now open. The first vote went straight in for walking and cycling lanes.
Yeah, that was me. That's the only one that's not even on my team, and I still voted for it. It's just so accurate. Like, it is the thing. It is like, here is the thing, right? I cycle everywhere, and I do like a 20k bike ride on my lunch break when it's not like raining, and I don't have a meeting immediately after lunch, and like. For all of the good that is doing my blood pressure, the amount of assholes in my fucking way is pushing it way back up. Way back up. It's so stressful. It like all of the things I usually believe about, like, making the world a good place for everyone. I'm like, apart from those bastards, like that's the underclass that I'm happy to stay in underclass.
Well, I'm just wondering if the answer here is to equip bikes with like lancers on the front, like big old spikes, and just sort of Darwin Award the problem away.
Are you proposing jousting in the modern age?
But I
can tell you live in York.
You'd only get spiked if you were walking where you weren't supposed to be walking. So
the worry with that is
take your genes out of the gene pool, and then hopefully we'd have like a smarter generation who learn to recognise a picture of a bike on a floor.
Yeah, but the worry with that is if he's watching, I doubt he is, but Jacob Rees-Mogg's going to fit one to his fucking penny farthing, isn't he? So
what if they made bikes?
That'd be hard.
What if they made bikes that had like those cow catchers that get the cows off the train tracks? We should get bikes with those, and that way people just get like bumped out of your way. And then like if they get like a bruise, they can't complain because they were in the way. But you've got Like, presumably if it's sturdy enough to stop a locomotive smushing a cow, it's sturdy enough to get a pedestrian out your way without having to slow down.
I like it. I think we come up with our first policy.
No.
I might start Mad Maxing it and just put like a blood donor on the front of my bike. And
it's the blood donor's job to punch people out of the way, because if they don't punch quickly enough, they're going to take the impact of the blow.
Yeah.
Well, the poll has been fairly stagnant for a little bit now. Walking, cycling lanes has 60% of the vote, and the far right has 40% of the vote, which just shows that we live in a fucking echo chamber.
But it just makes such a convincing argument.
Shows that there's an alarming amount of James Corden fans amongst our viewership.
Is James Corden watching? Is that what's happening?
To be fair,
James Corden is like paying people.
Probably the staff into voting for the other two. That's what's happened.
What was that, Ed?
I said 40% of our viewers are currently voting for the far right.
Yeah, they are. Oh, fuck.
Disgusting.
We expect.
Wait, hang on, that doesn't help my case.
We're voting for who we want to get cancelled, not who we want to save. That would be that would be slightly too ominous and dark for us.
It's like anti-democracy, isn't it?
I guess it is anti-democracy. Yeah, Blizzard comedy anti-democracy. I think that's our tagline.
Of course, cycling lanes is going to win because there's bipartisan support between the teams.
Yeah. Maybe there's some tactical voting going on. Surely James Corden is also at least in one of the other two categories. James Corden definitely walks in cycle lanes, no, 100%. You're right.
If you want to get rid of both, then vote for James Corden.
No, but not everyone who walks in cycling lanes is James Corden. No, hang on.
If you vote for either, if not everyone who walks in a cycle lane is James Corden, but literally James Corden definitely does. Equally, not everyone in the far right is James Corden, but James Corden's probably far right. I can guess that. I don't give a shit. He's rich. He's probably selfish about it.
Probably.
So I feel like by voting for either the far right or walking in cycle lanes, James Corden is captured in both of those. He's definitely in the Venn diagram of the two. So either way, James Corden is out.
I am really interested if anyone's just joined the stream in the last 5 minutes and has no fucking idea what's going on.
You do know similar logic that the Lib Dems have used to justify their own existence since 2016.
Walking cycle lanes wins. We're cancelling walking and cycling lanes, so that is now banned. The far right was a runner-up.
A clear commute tomorrow.
So yeah, at the end of that round, Bobbie's team were on 9 points and Kirstie's team were on 3 points. I like how Kirstie was just staunchly arguing for the one person not on her team.
The amount of times I'm like, this is a problem every single month. I will endeavour to say something more relevant to today because it's supposed to be a topical show. I'm quite happy to let it win because I know I'm right. Just because I didn't say it, I still want that one to win.
Oh, brilliant. I also realised I forgot to ask people for money. Give us money, please. Thanks. We're entirely pay what you want and all that we do, including online. So if you like what we do, and some of you are still here after all that, so I assume at least some of you do. Also, I think most of you are already patrons, so you can ignore this bit. If you happen to have a bit of spare money and want to donate, and you want to donate that into the Get Comedians Funds for Food and or whatever their vices are, you can do so on PayPal, Patreon, or right here on Twitch. And we'll crack on with the show in a little bit. I'm going to nip to the loo. So if anyone...
Indicative that we all buy sex toys with our Blizzard earnings.
I did not specify what vices. In fact, that's probably one of the better ones to spend it on, actually. Right, I'm going to nip to the loo and hopefully my internet connection stops being so unstable.
also thought Leaves was a good one.
Yeah,
Because I also fell over in some leaves recently, and I got this like really irritating like scratch on the palm of my hand where I caught myself, and it's like right there in the middle. So like every time I move my hand, it like it's gross.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah,
but I did manage to not drop any of the chicken wings I was eating. So
priorities.
I can also, as someone who used to do aerial arts and therefore got a lot of hand injuries, recommend popping vitamin E capsules and like rubbing them on your skin.
Okay.
It creates like this weird sort of like protective barrier. But basically, I ripped open a massive blister on my hand 24 hours before a competition, and was like, "Well, I've paid my entrance fee, so I'm gonna go." But I also only have like half a hand on my left side. Yeah. Aerial arts looks pretty, is not. Very much.
Oh yeah. Like all of the most like raceful it's kind I guess sports are the ones that like fuck you up the most.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they're the ones where like under all of the like elegant outfits you've got like the nastiest fucking bruises.
Mm-hmm. Like pole as well, that's meant to be like brutal.
Yeah, well, like that was the aerial art I was doing, and basically I ripped my hand because I had a big blister and went, well, I still got to practice, and swung round and just ripped, and that was not a fun.
No,
that was not a
painful.
I mean. It's fine. Some of my students learned new and exciting swear words. So every day is a school day.
Do you teach it then?
I used to, but like only at like university club.
That's cool.
It was cool, but I did get bruised. Like I was just constantly covered in bruises to the point that I once went swimming and like the lifeguard at the pool like beckoned me over and called me out the pool and was like, are you okay? Like, do you need help? Do you need an intervention? And I was like, no, I do pole. That is why I've got horrible bruises covering my entire body.
Cute that they offered to help.
The most shocking part of that story is having a lifeguard who gives a shit. Like, the lifeguards at the pool I go to do not fucking care. There's one kid, oh my God, I swear to God, there's one kid who, she's so annoying. She's always there with her little brother, and they don't respect that everyone has their own lane. And so they just go like horizontally.
Swimming equivalent.
Oh, the swimming equivalent of the cycle lane cunts.
Oh yes, oh my God, this kid! I swear to God, she's so annoying, so annoying. I literally, the last time I went swimming, I had like 15 minutes left, and I looked to see who was getting in the pool, saw that it was this kid, and I said quite loudly, I was like, oh, for God's sake, not her. And the woman to the right of me was like, I know, she's so annoying. It was really funny. Brutal. That kid. She's only like 10, but I'm sorry. I just know. Maybe I should, next time I do a blizzard, I'm going to cancel that kid because she exists in my nightmares. She's horrible. Anyway.
What was that noise? Anyone else hate any random children that they come across in their day-to-day?
Most of
I used to be a teacher, so.
Right, are we all back? I am still having. I'm still having internet issues, but we're just going to crack on. Hopefully, is it coming through okay on the stream? Let me know if there's like huge issues. But yeah, we'll crack on with the show. So, next round is the great debate. As what better forum for a nuanced discussion of serious social and political issues than a fundamentally biased Twitch channel with just over 200 followers? This month we're going to be discussing the COVID-19 inquiry and reviewing how our country dealt with the pandemic, what could have gone better, and what we've learned from the last 3 years, other than if you get a chance to vote between a pompous rich fascist and a sweet old man who makes jam and opposes war violence, maybe don't go for the guy who notoriously lies and cares about no one except himself and openly doesn't care if all of you and your families die. We are a neutral platform, obviously. So yeah, we're discussing the COVID-19 inquiry, and to do that we have invited on... where are we? We've got Bobbie Jones, who is Boris Johnson, KATH MARVELLEY, who is Dominic Cummings, Scythe Wheeler, who is Keir Starmer, KIRSTIE Summers, who is an NHS worker, Ed Rowe, who is a government scientific advisor, and Nathan VIRICA, who is the coronavirus. So thank you all for coming on the discussion here today. First of all, so just kind of opening question, the UK's handling of COVID-19. What went wrong? What could have been better? We'll start with you, Boris, as you were in charge at the time. What do you think we could have done better?
You know what? I don't like your tone, random left-wing person. I think we did. I think we did quite well. I actually think it went quite well. You know, there was a slow start because I forgot to attend a few of the snaky meetings, but it just. I think it was fine. Like, I know people died, but the people who died were all like poor, or like vulnerable, or a part of a minority, and I just don't care about people like that. Do not clip that, okay? But yeah, I think it was fine.
But it's like he was in the room. Thanks very much for that, Boris. Dominic Cummings, you were also quite heavily involved, at least early on, with this. How do you think it went? What do you think could have gone better?
Well, personally, I'd just like to say Boris is rubbish. What he did was rubbish, and I could have done better had I been given more power in the government, and everyone did a bad job, and that's how I feel about it.
It's like he was in the room. Brilliant. Thanks very much, Dominic. And leader of the opposition, Keir Starmer, you obviously weren't in charge of policy at the time, but you were there. You were kind of present with it all. What do you think went wrong? What could have gone better?
Well, I do like your tone, and can I say it's a pleasure to be asked on a topic where I definitely know the answer that I'm supposed to give. So I think a huge amount went wrong with the government's handling of the coronavirus pandemic, prioritising businesses, not giving enough support to our nurses, but also having parties, because I don't get invited to those. And I found that very unfair, very targeted. I mean, the only party I've ever been in charge of is a political party. And frankly, there isn't enough wine. So yeah, I would say those are the main things I would say were wrong.
No, absolutely. Very, very well rehearsed. Thank you very much, Starmer. So we'll go over to Ed now, who was a scientific advisor during in the government during the height of the pandemic. From your point of view, what do you think went wrong? What could have been done better?
I was going to portray him as a mad scientist, but I thought that would be quite irresponsible given the gravity of the situation, how important actually it was in combating the pandemic. So let's get that away, back to this place, wherever that is. I don't know. I don't know where that is. Or I've been told to say that at great length before the show started by Jonny. So what was the question again?
What went wrong with the government's handling of the pandemic?
Well, I mean, we'd talked to Boris about where the science was, and we just found they weren't listening. And to be fair, we have been doing genetic experiments that had removed their ears, so maybe we were partly to blame for that. But yeah, weren't listening to the advice.
Succinct. Thanks very much. Definitely not mad scientist. And KIRSTIE is an NHS worker, so you're on the front lines while this was going on. From your point of view, what do you think the government could have done better, or what went wrong?
In terms of what they could have done better, every single fucking thing. It was. I feel like everyone has said something I agree with a little bit. Okay, Dominic Raab said everyone sucked. I don't think he would have done better, but yes, they fucking did. Boris Johnson, you know what? For all the shit that comes out of his mouth, what I will give him is he was honest about not giving a shit about the people who died.
Thank you.
It's been so fucking lovely letting all these fucking rich assholes make decisions that put my life at risk every day, and then what I get out of it is some self-serving, aggrandizing pieces of shit clapping on their doorstep. Don't even come to my door and clap for me. I've got to go out and get that myself. I'm doing it on my feet. 14-hour shift without a fucking break. Fuck a lot of yous. And this pricky got speaking next. I don't even know why you're allowed on here. What is this balance? I'm the only person who actually knows what's going on. And you've got the person that caused the problems, the person that encouraged the problems, the person that exacerbated the problems, the person who sat there and watched while all the problems fucking happened. And then just more people causing fucking problems. What is the point? What is the point in trying to exist on this fucking planet when all these bastards are in power and you try and get into a position where you can help people and they're like, hey, go die for it.
See, getting a round of applause from Dominic Cummings there. Yeah, see, Keir Starmer, next time, maybe try that approach with your energy. Just more people might listen. Brilliant. Thanks.
I would love to try that. I would need at least 2 energy bars to build up that level of energy.
You don't deserve any fucking energy bars, Keir Starmer. Fuck you.
Okay.
Can I just say how much I appreciate your directness? I can't say that. That is good to know. I'm very clear.
I respect you, little bitch.
Well, I appreciate the clarity on my position, and that is something I will maintain going forward.
Thanks very much. We've not heard from the coronavirus.
Can I just say, it is like he's in the room.
Yes, it's like he, the NHS worker, is in the room. The one NHS worker. I mean, it wasn't far off at that point. But right, we've not heard from the coronavirus yet. From your point of view, what do you think went wrong with the government's handling of the pandemic that you caused?
You may be wondering why I, a virus that originated in China, and speaking with the voice of a generic 1960s Bond villain from the Soviet Union. And that is because there is no way I am going to commit comedy career suicide by attempting a Mandarin accent on this recorded live stream.
Brilliant. No, that's fair. Do you have any comments on terms of the government's handling of the pandemic? How do you feel that went?
I will get to those later.
Okay, mysterious. I like it. Okay, we'll move on to the next question then. Thanks very much for joining us, everyone. What should we move on to? Okay, so in terms of the policies the government did actually implement, first of all, I guess, were they the right ones, and were they implemented clearly and well? Boris Johnson, what do you have to say on that?
I think we did really well. All big policies we implemented in 10 business days. And by business days, I'm using the Conservative definition, which is every third Wednesday. So we did things incredibly quickly. But at the few snaky meetings I did go to, I met up with Matt Hancock and his missus, right, his second missus, the one that was on telly. And we talk about policies and what he would do, right, this is a really clever way of bringing up policies in government, is he would make one of those like paper fortune teller things that the poor kids use in primary schools. And he'd be like, "Oh, pick a colour," but all the colours would be like Tory blue, and there'd be two outcomes, right? There'd be two outcomes to the fortune teller, and it would be kill the poor or shag your mistress. And we went with both of those policies actually, and I think it had the desired effect. For sure. What was the question?
No, you answered that perfectly. The question was, why are we all here? No, the question was... I'm
doing a really good job.
Yeah, so the question was, I guess, around the clarity of the policies. Were government policies, whether or not they were the correct ones, were they at least implemented clearly and efficiently? So just, open question, really. Anyone who wants to jump in on that?
Well, can I just say that I've got... I'm going to say that we did get the sense that a lot of the policies that had been implemented, we did hear the rumour of the fortune teller, and can I say that I deeply disagreed with that, because no one had shown me how to make one for us to design our own policies.
It's dead easy. You can just find a template on Google.
Well, no one has shown me what Google is. I would like to say that I felt like policies were not implemented that well, that efficiently, that effectively, and that we would have done a better job, but we just weren't given the opportunity to prove that we could have been just as mediocre.
Thanks.
Can I just sorry, I don't think I can see what you're saying. I'm just going to go for a drive and see the castle.
Okay, no problem. I mean, you're on your mobile, so you can just stay on call with us. Another thing that you shouldn't be doing when driving, but yeah, fuck it, why not? Stay on the video call. NHS worker, science advisor. Any comments on the government's messaging around their policies?
So fucking tired of how much these fucking people speak without saying anything, and how they do nothing and still manage to ruin everything without ever doing anything apart from just being in the way, and occasionally making a really shitty decision that ruins everyone else's lives. And they're still allowed to speak instead of being like thrown off cliffs.
NHS worker.
Kirstie's not been in character for a long time.
Dare you to try and talk to me, Dominic? Fucking dare you!
Ed, do you think the government's messaging around the pandemic was clear?
Well, I mean, firstly, I just want to say, according to this, I could just have a blur as my background.
Hey!
No, we're going back to Mystery Pond. Sorry, what was the question again?
Were the government's policies implemented effectively and communicated clearly?
Well, I thought they were communicated clearly. You know, when Boris Johnson was like, "Yeah, we'll just go to one of the scientific advisors." I think they spoke pretty well, pretty handsome. Those guys, pretty handsome. They always had really nice backgrounds they weren't allowed to talk about for time limitation reasons. I'll have you know that's one of the most beautiful areas in the country there, and I just. But we started at 8. I
want
to see more Keir Starmer impression. This is brilliant. Like,
Okay, we've not heard from the coronavirus for a while. Were you clear on what the government policy in stopping you was at any given time during the height of the pandemic?
The only way the government could have been prepared for me is if it had known the true purpose of my evil plan. To convince people to destroy 5G towers. As I cannot afford to upgrade. And my private friends, all of whom have iPhone 14s, tease me mercilessly for it.
Okay, that is an angle we've not looked at. I think we'll put a pin in that, maybe come back to that later. Interesting. Okay, well, in terms of the inquiry then...
Please, that's all I've got on it.
Okay, that's fine then. We'll leave it there. Okay, so I guess, yeah, we'll have a couple more questions then before we round up. I guess this one's more for the government. How were the key decisions made during the height of the pandemic? So I guess between Boris Johnson, Dominic Cummings, and the scientific advisor.
What is the point in asking that question? We all know they just pulled about their fucking ass. We know that. We know.
No,
we know that. You can see the answers they came up with.
I don't recall.
Why are you even bothering to ask them these questions? You're just going to lie to your face. Do you have any intention of interrogating the answers they give you? Or are you just going to report it like it's fact? Like they're not allowed to just lie to us about what they're thinking and doing.
No,
just let all the fucking cause die and tell them it's for their own fucking good.
I would like to come back to you on that.
If you're going to listen to what they say and not point it out when they're clearly shitting in your mouth and expecting you to say, what delicious chocolate ice cream.
I would just like to thank you so much. That was a lot of words. And I will absolutely process some of them. And I would like to say that we did not make decisions during the pandemic.
You weren't there.
Yeah,
well,
I did.
Exactly. I wasn't allowed to make decisions, but also I can't pull decisions out of my ass because of the stick that's already up there.
Can I just say, I don't recall. You're saying, how were the key decisions made? I don't recall being asked to advise the government about any decisions about keys. And if they had asked me, I'd have probably referred them to a locksmith because it's outside of my area of expertise.
Personally, I think Boris made the wrong decisions, but had I had more power, I would have made the right decisions. So, personally, I think really all you know is that Boris was wrong.
You're not qualified. You're not qualified to make decisions that impact anyone else's real human life.
Oh, the NHS is so strange. I can't hear you right now.
Robot.
I think the teams might be down where you are. Sorry. You have to,
no concept of what it's like.
Traffic General just doesn't have internet.
None of you are qualified to make any decisions for any people, and it all came to a head where people.
Oh, but hurrah for the NHS!
Your own assholes that you wanted kissed.
No, I've got to protest that point because we did do a lot of work and a lot of we did a lot of preparation.
I'm running you over the first chance again, cunt.
You can't do that. I never go to the cycle lane. I live where people have cars, not bikes.
I'm bringing my bike to you. don't think I'm waiting for you to walk in my way. I'm hunting you down.
I know. I feel like I need to show you this list of policies, but then also. So our time in the meetings was spent very, very well.
Those notes were taken from our advice.
Yeah, and I took this note in particular straight out my arse. Yeah, you are right. Yeah. But the rest of it is just a solid gold. I mean, hands, face, space. My favourite song, R&B song. Yes. It's inspired.
We're getting very heated
I can't believe.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you a pay raise.
There cannot be a loving God if you are allowed oxygen in your lungs.
That was quite colourful.
Okay, well, I guess closing statements then. What? So I guess for the people who are still in government, which I mean, to be fair, is no one. What should the government or the country as a whole be doing to be better prepared for a future pandemic? Just open question to everyone there.
I think we need to get. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I think whoever the advisors are should go for a long drive, because that really clears the head and, made my decisions a lot better than I think Boris's were. So I'd suggest they go for a nice long drive to think about things.
I agree.
Go for a nice long drive off a fucking cliff. Please. I feel like the only way we can ever move forward, if you all just kill yourself by way of apology and then let the people who exist in the real world make their own fucking choices. Please.
Oh, it's so dreadful. It's so strange. I can't hear a thing from the NHS.
Speaking of choices, I think going forwards, when we do have another forbidden party, we need to get in more of those cheesy balls that Asda do.
Oh yes,
they were so good, weren't they? Yeah, we need to get some more of them. I think we need to play some ABBA as well. Play some ABBA, maybe some Britney. I big fan. No, I'm not. I'm a chauvinist pig. What am I talking about? No, I am. Let's play some men. Let's have some Mozart and Arctic Monkeys because I'm a man and that's what men like, apparently. I don't fucking know.
I would suggest we can be better prepared by everyone in the country really getting together and voting Labour. We will not have... we will not have, secret parties because I don't.
No, everyone else will be having secret parties because
nobody likes you. That's why you won't have secret parties. It'll be a Facebook event and two people will attend.
She has said the same thing.
Yeah, she said the same thing to me last night.
I was not aware that you and my wife had each other's WhatsApps.
I've got more than that, love.
So I will return to you on that statement when I have been properly briefed.
I think next time
after I debrief your wife.
Next time when we do have a secret party and, just back to the food at the buffet, I think it was rude not to invite coronavirus last time. And I think maybe...
it was there. It was next to the sausage rolls.
Sorry. I didn't see you there. Yeah.
You arrived quite late because you were too busy bumming in that castle. So, you'll get it next time.
Yeah. Oh, well, good to hear coronavirus was invited to the party.
It was, and a few people took it home with them as well because it was so good for seconds. Yeah.
Okay.
Quite a party.
Just for my sort of concluding remarks, when I first sat down with Boris when the pandemic was starting, I said, let me give you some sage advice.
It was a great pun. I give you that.
That was all. I didn't have anything to follow that. It was just the sage joke.
Thanks very much. Well, I think we can probably end on that, unless anyone has any further additions to that. But I mean, obviously the points are going to KIRSTIE for that. I feel like we need to. But I am also going to give some runner-up points to BOBBIE and SAETH's portrayal of Boris and Keir. That was absolutely excellent. So at the end of that round, BOBBIE's team won 13 points, but KIRSTIE's team are catching up with 10 points, and it is all to play for in the final round, which is... our final round, which is, oh, that made me chuckle in the face of almost certain societal collapse and mass extinction. Pass the blue WKD, please. This round is a series of quickfire subjects for the guests to riff on. Points will be awarded for the funniest, and then that'll be the end of the show, and we'll be one show closer to the inevitable demise of the human race. Let's fucking go. So our first topic is, if I've actually formatted it right, I have, bad auditions for Elon Musk's upcoming biopic.
Spotlight on an empty stage. Elon Musk steps forward. He is a fragile, humble man, aware of the burden of his humanity.
If you are looking for someone who can convincingly portray an unhinged South African with a short temper, then look no further. My name is Oscar Pistorius, and I am looking to get back into work.
Yes, and I also heard that Will Smith would be auditioning to restart his career.
I'm auditioning for the part that isn't Elon Musk.
You're right. That would be a bad one.
So I just had a query about this audition sheet. You say Elon Musk is the antagonist, but in terms of what he's antagonizing against, it just says everything.
This is going to be. Oh.
Okay.
Go on.
You can.
Oh, okay. This is going to be the most powerful film based on a true story since Apollo 13. Except in this version, the shuttle will explode 30 seconds after liftoff.
I very thought you were going to say, but in this version, some guy left his car keys in it.
I think I heard that Elon Musk's child, X, will play the role of X in the biopic.
This script is nonsense. Elon Musk never fired cannons into the Sphinx.
You know, at the audition, there were a lot of friendly trolls who wanted to help.
Any more for that one?
Only authorized personnel will be allowed on my film set. And for just $8 a month, you too can become qualified as well.
Yes, I'd love to audition for the film Elon's Musk.
I must say the climax sounds good. A self-driving Tesla running over Elon in the cycling lane.
Okay, any more for that one? No.
Just Elon Musk dressed as Wario in an SNL sketch. Oh no, that actually happened. Oh, we live in the worst timeline.
Ruining Wario for everyone. Okay, next one. Unreleased drafts of the new Song of Ice and Fire books.
Just Daenerys Targaryen getting a cock out.
I mean, that's all of them, isn't it?
And son, I bequeath to you ice, the great sword of our family. Oh, that's sharp. That's... Ooh. We should have a health and safety rating for that.
I've just got written down here, Brienne of Tarth wearing a strap and dicking down Jaime Lannister, because we all, basically all of my suggestions are just female characters with dicks, either strapped on or real, because I've got issues. Yeah.
Embarrassingly, when I searched this, I didn't know what it was. I found the Song of Ice and Fire music book, so I only have music related. Because I thought the Fire and Ice. Yeah, the Fire and Ice songbook. I thought the 45-minute bass and drum headbanger could be a good addition to the Fire and Ice songbook.
I would have loved if KATH had just sat here silent while we were all making jokes about like dicks and incest, and then be like, "What? Let's put it on."
Thanks, Google.
They didn't say anything about a piano solo.
But I did have one that might overlap from the sounds of it. If you look at the first page of the unreleased draft of the Song and Ice Fire music book, it's Magnum flavoured. And I feel like that might move across the two.
The thing is, Kath, you wouldn't like Game of Thrones because winter is always coming.
See, that bit I do know from Game of Thrones.
The bit that you hate the most.
It's always coming, but never there.
Same.
I've got an extract here of probably one of the worst betrayals in the new book. So they are going to build a train line from King's Landing to the north, but it's not quite getting all the way to Winterfell anymore.
Yes.
Game of Thrones and HS2 jokes is definitely the right crowd for that.
No, Daenerys. Oh, sorry, you go.
Ned Stark turned to face his army of the North. In a defiant and determined speech to lead his soldiers into battle, he cried, "Brothers, sisters, today a great legacy rests upon your shoulders. So go out there and do it for each other. Do it for yourselves. But most of all, do it for Yorkshire!"
Yes.
Okay, any more for that one?
So Daenerys, just quick question about the battle plan. No, I like it. It's great. It's fantastic. It's just, do we think letting the dragons go fucking feral is enough detail?
Yeah, I've got to say, I think the gold cloaks of the City Watch were probably a bit heavy-handed with that protest. I mean, going in with those riot shields and I don't think we should be giving them all these new powers.
Keeping in mind, I did think this was a classical songbook. I thought that what could be a good addition would be a sing along of "Baby Got Back."
Yes. Oh, you just know that Sir Mix-a-Lot would be welcome at King's Landing. The king would have truly landed.
We go from some slightly relevant political satire to straight into fucking Sir Mix-a-Lot material.
So Mix-a-Lot is, oh my god, I've recently discovered his song Ride. Oh, it's brilliant.
Oh, I'll find that.
It's very good.
None of this did make the final draft of the new book. Any more
It's
for
just
that one?
no, the new Song of Ice and Fire. It should just have a first trap of whatever attractive young man is the internet, like the internet typing about, but edited to the song "Ride" by Sir Mix-a-Lot, and that's an actual TikTok trend at the minute, and that's how I know the song.
Right, any more for that one, or as we move on to the last one?
Yeah. Jon Snow set out on his mighty journey beyond the wall. But first, he sat down and completed the comprehensive 10-step health and safety plan.
Brilliant. Okay, final one. Things you wouldn't hear at the Game Awards.
We open tonight's Game Awards with the sad news that one of the leading developers of Rockstar's Grand Theft Auto series has died. His family have requested that we respect their privacy at this difficult time until he has respawned at the nearest hospital.
And playing the part of Link in the upcoming Zelda film, we have Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Yes.
Yes.
A conversation without some social awkwardness.
Go on, Ed.
And the prize for Darkest Soul goes to Dark Souls.
And this year's winner for Best New Mystery Game is... We will let you know as soon as we find out.
To present the next award, please welcome Zombie number 6 from Minecraft.
AI makes all games are solvable now, so go home and read a book. We're cancelling the awards.
Yeah, come on, come up and collect your awards. Yeah, no, yeah, I know. So you're struggling with it. No, it's circle, circle, circle. X is what you need to get up.
Yeah.
Just simply the Metroid series getting the praise it deserves.
Aww.
Closely followed by the Donkey Kong series getting the praise it deserves.
Insert joke about there being lots of editions of Skyrim here.
And now
this year's... Oh, sorry, you go.
Okay. And now we come to a new award, Board Game of the Year. Board games have always been particularly popular across Eastern Europe. In Budapest, since 1978, families of 2 to 4 people have often sat down of an evening to play their nation's favourite tabletop board game, Hungary, Hungary Hippos.
So this year we are presenting an award for women in gaming, which I'm really pleased to say we haven't had any angry emails about.
A presentation without someone's Twitch handle.
Just the presence of the DK rap in any capacity, because it should be always playing everywhere,
always
all the time.
Everywhere, yeah.
Yes.
And the winner is... Oh, it's chess. Well done, chess.
And the winner is Mobile Phone Snake from the 1990s.
It's the best game. It is.
It is.
Okay, any more, or shall we cause the final scores? I'm going to take that as you really want to know the final score, so we'll end it there. First of all, before we do that, thanks everyone. Thanks so much for all of you for watching, all of our guests. Thanks for KIRSTIE, Sam, and Andrew in particular for all the behind-the-scenes stuff and making these streams a reality. It is as much their fault as it is mine. Just once again, if you are enjoying the stream, all the money you donate to our PayPal today will be split between the acts. And if you want to support what we do more generally, you can subscribe to our Patreon for as little as £2 a month, where you get early access to tickets. Which we've got a show coming up next week. In fact, actually, I'll put that in the link in the chat as well. That one anyone can get, but when we put new shows up, if you're a Patreon subscriber, you get the ticket link early, and all the tickets are free to book, and you just pay what you want, either on the door or online. We're flexible. Andrew Taylor's just said a comedy rap is the one thing missing from the Metroid series. That's probably why it doesn't get the love it deserves, you're right.
Yes. But the rap would just be about Samus because she is the only character you can play as.
Yeah, it would be a very samey rap.
And so she's finally here.
Oh, it's her again.
Oh shit, what's she gonna do this time? She's lost all of her abilities again. Oh, what a ditzy cow.
Okay, brilliant. So at the end of the show, I can confirm that Kirstie's team are on 16 points, but the winners are Bobbie's team with 20 points. 2016.
My team's finally won.
Your team has finally won. Your team has definitely won before.
It hasn't.
I'm sure it has.
No,
okay.
This is the first time. I'm pretty sure.
No,
Anyway.
because a little while ago, Jonny said that me and you were in joint last, which, given there's only one other team captain, means we're in joint second. Does that mean Katie has won every single show?
She's won a lot of them.
Even the ones she wasn't
even when
on.
She's not in, just Katie wins. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very Katie. That's very Katie Mitchell of her. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's gonna be the New Year special where all three of us are on, and we're just gonna be like assholes to Katie because she's the favourite, and she's not gonna know why because she wasn't here for this conversation.
She doesn't even go here. Okay.
You'll be like, teacher's pet, and she'll be like, what?
Oh, brilliant. So our next.
Good hustle, team. Good hustle.
So yeah, thanks again, everyone. For watching that. You can join us. Well, our next stream will actually be on the 11th of December, where I'll be live streaming the show that we're doing next week on the 4th. But the next one of these streams specifically will be on the 18th of December with Bobbie Jones, Elliot Simpson, Ben Lund-Conlon, Daniel McKeon, KATH Marvelleey again, and Maxine Wade to discuss the news events of December, including the reincarnation of Margaret Thatcher to become the new Home Secretary, Jeremy Hunt cancelling Christmas in an attempt to cut more taxes for the rich, and Keir Starmer replaces his front bench with AI replicas of Keir Starmer to ensure party unity and no challenges to his regime ever again. We'll see you next time. Have a good night.